Now, to begin today's video, we actually pick up with a certain area on COPPA's island, which is known as Hellfire Bay. Of course, it is the home of the Hellfire Club, the Hellfire Organization that is currently being run by Emma Frost, Sebastian Shaw, and Kitty Pryde. Now, there are 3 different areas that belong to each character. For example, there is the Red Keep that belongs to Kitty Pryde. There is the Blackstone area that belongs to Sebastian Shaw, the Black King. And there is the White Palace that belongs to Emma Frost, the White Queen. But these 3 characters currently work together and control the Hellfire Club and make sure it runs smoothly. Because let's not forget what happened in the Power of X and House of X video. Charles Xavier basically asked Emma Frost to use the Hellfire Club as a way to give mutants a way to get to the island. On top of that, he made a new kind of medicine he wants to give out to different countries as a way of a trade. But of course, to get that medicine there, they need to have some kind of transportation. And so Emma Frost is using the Hellfire Club boats as a way to transport those new drugs into different countries to begin a trade between COPPA and those countries. But the character we are going to focus on today is actually Sebastian Shaw, because he is the Black King. And let's not forget what happened in our last Marauders video, because right now he's very upset that Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde are basically sharing the power with him of the company that he built up. On top of that, with the 2 ladies working together, it's them against him. But he's trying to change that actually. Now, the reason why we are focusing on Sebastian Shaw is because when he gets back to COPPA, of course, he does go visit the 5. Now, let's not forget, the 5 is a group of mutants who work together to bring mutants back to life. That is the new thing that's happening right now in X-Men comics, that the X-Men have found a way to bring people back to life, with the 5 being able to recreate a new body of that person who died, and then Charles Xavier being able to implant the memories of the person who died into their new body. And so right now, Sebastian Shaw is very happy because the 5 is bringing someone back to life. And of course, that person they're bringing back to life is no other than Sebastian Shaw's son, Shinobi Shaw. Now, Shinobi Shaw is very important, and there is a good reason why. Because Shinobi Shaw had died technically twice in Marvel Comics. The first time he killed himself because he has the same ability as Kitty Pryde, being able to walk through walls and walk through any kind of thing that could hurt him. But he also was killed by his father off panel. And so with that being said, it is Sebastian Shaw happy that his son is back to life, but he's worried that his son will begin to remember how he died by the hands of his own father, because Shinobi Shaw was trying to bring the Hellfire Club back up after his father failed. But of course, it led to different problems between the 2 characters, and Sebastian Shaw had to kill his own son. And so he's hoping to rebuild a new relationship with his son, but hoping his son never remembers how he died. Now, of course, once Shinobi Shaw is brought back to life, you do have Sebastian Shaw show him around the area. For example, showing him what COPPA is like, but also showing him the Blackstone area, the home of the Black King of the Hellfire Club, which is Sebastian Shaw. And you do have Sebastian Shaw explain to Shinobi Shaw what is the current status of the Hellfire Club. That right now is a new organization that transports the new drug that Charles Xavier and the rest of the mutant race have been able to develop to help humans live longer, to help mutants live longer. But also, him and the Hellfire Club are working on different ways to bring mutants to COPPA, because COPPA is running into issues right now where certain countries are not allowing mutants to leave. And so he's explaining all of this to his son, because his son has been dead for a long period of time in X-Men comics. And so it's kind of like, you missed a lot, but let me catch you up real quick, because There's a lot of things you need to know and to need to understand. Now we do see Sebastian Shaw and Shinobi Shaw have dinner. Now this dinner is actually very important because this is Sebastian Shaw basically lying to his son on how the Hellfire Club came back up once again, because he has been dead for a long period of time, but so has the Hellfire Club. And so you have Sebastian Shaw tell his son that Charles Xavier wanted the Hellfire Club to be around to transport those new drugs over to different countries to build different trade routes. But of course, he wanted Emma Frost and I to work together. Well, really, he wanted Emma Frost in charge, not me. But Emma Frost came begging to me to help her because she knew that she had no possible way in controlling the Hellfire Club and making sure everything runs smoothly. So she came to me, someone who's so experienced, to help her run the Hellfire's Club. Now that right there is a huge lie, because Charles Xavier wanted both Emma Frost and Sebastian Shaw to work together, not just Emma Frost or just Sebastian Shaw. But either way though, that is the moment we see them have dinner, and you do have Shinobi Shaw say that he's still thinking about killing his father. Now, after that moment, we do see Sebastian Shaw and Shinobi Shaw actually arrive in Japan. I think it's Japan. The book does not tell us, but either way though, this could be Japan because Shinobi Shaw is actually half Japanese, since Sebastian Shaw apparently slept with a Japanese woman. But either way though, Shinobi Shaw is having a private meeting with someone named, and please forgive me, I am totally going to butcher this name, but his name is Oyai-san. And apparently Oyai-san and Shinobi Shaw has some kind of deal they're working on together. But with Shinobi Shaw being a mutant and being on Krakoa Island, this gives Oyai-san a nice friend to have on the island to give him different information about the mutant nation that could basically play a big role down the road. We have no idea if that is true or not, but it seems like that to me. Now, to wrap up this video, we actually pick up in the present day. Yes, that means everything else we covered so far all took place in the past. This is the present day, is Sebastian Shaw meeting up with his son Shinobi Shaw. But at this moment right here, we are going to learn why Sebastian Shaw was so mad at Emma Frost putting Kitty Pryde in the Red Queen spot. Because remember, with Kitty Pryde being the Red Queen, that means she now shares control of the Hellfire Club with Emma Frost and Sebastian Shaw. But they all control different parts of the Hellfire Club. But he was hoping to put his son Shinobi Shaw in that position as a way for sooner or later to push Emma Frost out of the company so that the Hellfire Club can just be his once again. But with Kitty Pryde being there, he can't do that now. But he does tell his son he does have different plans as a way to make sure his son will sooner or later be in the Red King position. And the reason why I say that's because he makes his son the Black Bishop. Now, the term bishop means that you are second in charge of each branch of the Hellfire Club. So right now you have the White Queen, the Black King, and the Red Queen. They all have a different part of the Hellfire Club. But of course, their bishops are second in charge of that branch. And so right now is Sebastian Shaw making his son second in charge of his branch of the Hellfire Club. But he's hoping that sooner or later his son could become the Red King and take control over the Hellfire Club organization once again. Now, let's not forget, Shinobi Shaw, he was killed by his father, and his father was hoping that his son does not remember that his own father was the one that killed him. But of course, Shinobi Shaw said, "Who killed me? How did I die? Do you know?" And basically, you have Sebastian Shaw say, "It was Kitty Pryde, it was Emma Frost, they killed you, and right now they're trying to find a way to kill you again. And that is where the story ends, on that note right there. So with that being said, please leave me a like down below, and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's comic book video.